Everything I can do, you can do better. Everything I can do, you can do too. I put the magic word on. Without the magic white, it would not work. But don't put too much magic white on, because you ground yourself and everything gets too slidey and slick. Just be very stingy with your almighty magic white. But everything I can do, you can do better. Just line yourself up and dream up your little picture, whatever you want, and just fire it right on that almighty canvas. Now, you hear me saying always almighty canvas. I tell you, there is something to it, because maybe, usually you see small people or small dogs. They will bark and they will bite. A big dog don't bark and bite. So I feel I have to boost myself up in order to do a better job. So what I do usually, I always say, I have almighty palette, and look at that almighty paint, and look at that almighty brush. And when I talk like that, automatically I boost my inside. I bring myself up to a standard that I can perform better. See, I think when you hear me saying that, maybe that is the idea. I'm a small little guy, and I want to be bigger. But it has a good meaning. It's good for me. And I think you try to play with that. It's a lot of fun. See, now let's go to Alaska. And I will, see, everything I do now, I just dream it up and unload it. And you see me, I never mix my paint. I just know yellow, red, and blue. That's what you need, and black and white. I can mix all my paint anyway. The canvas is wet, and that white is usually on the canvas, and I can mix into that white. So let's create maybe a kind of a sunny evening in Alaska. I will use a little bit of orange, Indian yellow here. See, I just pick it out like this, and then I fire in like this. See, look at that. Have that little red and have that little, it's all coming out so easy all of a sudden. See the way I take it off? Like this, a little bit of orange, a little bit of Indian yellow. Indian yellow is a nice sunny color. And then you fire in. No mercy. There you are. Look at that. See? More. Same. Fire in. That gives me that nice evening in Alaska. I was a Norwegian in my lifetime a lot. Norwegian is the same country like Alaska. And the summers are just absolutely wonderful. Everything grows so fast. The sun is all day long, all night is out there. And let's paint something in that direction. I like to make it a bit bumpy. You see all the red and the yellows and all that. Keep it. I don't want to make it in one. Don't keep it apart a little bit. Make it a little bit bumpy. It gives you a better painting. Actually, I can fire on the whole thing right into the water there. I will fire it right into the water here. There you are. Look at that. Yes. And do it with such ease. Do it with such a free, that free spirit will lead you. And think about the subject you want to paint. I just think about Alaska right now. And here I see that wonderful, sometimes 12 o'clock at night, and you're still fishing. I like that. And be very stingy. You see, don't put too much paint on. Can you see how little paint I use? Because you must always think I have to paint on top of that paint. As less paint you will have there, as easier it is to paint on top. You see how hard I rub it in. I just try to get the color in. I don't want to show any paint. There's sometimes you want to build up paint. Then I go after that. I after the painting is done, I can pound it on bigger in order to just build it up. If someone wants a painting with a lot of paint, sometimes you do that. So in this case, it's easier to create when, I'm sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. Summer cold is always the worst because you just can't get rid of that cold. See, can you see how nice and bumpy the sky is? It's alive, it's not dead. Now I will create here, here, kind of, here a bit more red. See, it's nice to, something like that. So, with other words, everything I show you, you can do better. Look at that white. Oh, can you see? Can you see? Look at that. It lifts up right my palette. That's what you have to have. Go out to the art stores and find a thick, thick white. Oh, here. See? And that thick white will break. It will not smear. With it, and watch, I will show you how it comes out nice. I put that heavy. I have two types of white. I have the heavy white here and a thinner white here. For clouds and for easy things, I use a bit of a thinner paint. But for mountains, for roads, for bark, for tree trunks, I use that rough, hard paint. And that makes it nice. I will add a bit of happy blue. See, and a bit of mauve. I say mauve. You know, I tell you, that's my problem. What it says here, violet, violet. That's how mauve, to me it's a mauve color. You see, my palette is very, very simple anyway. Because I believe in yellow, red, and blue, and black and white, and I can paint everything, anything I can see, I can touch, I can smell. I just put it on the canvas. Now here, mauve is good in that too, and a touch of black in that too. See how that comes together? Now I will put it all together and mix myself a color here. But now I have to put that almighty red and a bit of alizarin crimson. See, I have to harmonize with those colors. And I want to paint Alaska mountain. There, see? Maybe make it a bit darker, more alizarin crimson, more blue. Yeah, that's a nice color. And when you mix it, don't mix it dead. Leave it like marble. Oh, God, look at that. That's nice. It's like ice cream. You can eat it. You can lick it. Take a good look on that paint. See, it's so colorful. It is so exciting. And when it is exciting here, you can make it exciting on your canvas. I'm sorry. I have to get this. How about I have a drink? Wash it down. I got it in Chicago. Chicago cold, that holds on for a long time. Okay, now I just create Alaska mountain. Oh, we firing up there, down there. Mount McKinley. Bring it out, so. See. There you are. See, have it darker. Have it darker. I know it depends on whatever you see on mountains. You make the forms and the figures, whatever. So I just dream a kind of a mountain up the way I see it usually. Make it exciting. Make it exciting. Oh, maybe here we go high up, high up, high up. Oh, you can just come down with the whole mountainside there. Hey. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? Make it a bit bumpy here and there. Maybe there's a peak, there's a little side peak. Don't put too much paint on. See? And then you come down here. now we will go from here, have it coming up there, kind of the Alaska mood in. That's wonderful. See? I scrape off the paint here and bring it down here. I aim not to have too much paint, because then I can really go on. No problem. But otherwise, don't use too much paint. See, I even scrape it off here again and bring it down here, wherever. See? And let it get lighter, 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 lighter there. Oh, good. Now I use my big brush, clean. I will use the other brush. Clean. And you just, but see how the paint is so thick and hard. See how hard I hammer in order to get it kind of move like fog or mist or Mother Earth is warming up and brings a kind of a steam up and covers up a part of that almighty mountain. And can you now see how hard I hammer? But that means, with other words, I use a very, very, very thick paint. The thickest paint you can buy them. Whenever you see a big, see what I usually do when I go to the shopping centers or art stores, I open up the tube, no matter what, because if the oil runs out, I just close it up and that's it. Because it needs, that what I show you here can be only done with a heavy, powerful paint. It is a heavy, powerful mountain there. And you see, oh, isn't that nice here? Good. Now I got a good beginning. Now I will use my almighty knife and put myself in that almighty mood. And again, that heavy, thick paint. Look at that. Oh, isn't that ever nice? A touchy touch of a little crimson or pink, bit of a pinkish color, maybe a bit more. See how I mix it here? Just so that it harmonizes with the all around. And we say the light is coming from here, from this side. So I will, watch there. There, look at this beautiful strokes. The mountain is light's coming from this side. Hits it here, here. And can you see what that paint does? Oh God, it is so nice. Can you see the movements? I hope you can pick it up on the camera. This beautiful break. It breaks. It's all the mountain cracks. It's like counting stars. See, you can say it moves every day, because one day it is warmer, then it's colder, then it's no snow, then it's a lot of snow, and then it's middle snow, and then you have snow patches, and you have no snow patches. That means, in other words, you don't have to say this on that spot. Naturally, if you have a little valley what's full of glaciers, then you see it. See here? Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. It hurts. It is so nice. And you see, when you paint, when you use this technique, what I show you, it makes you so happy. Your insides start bubbling, and with that bubble, I get a far better painting. See, it's not like I do make a copy. I create almighty painting. Yeah, that makes it nice. Good living. And it's up to you. There's such an eve. There's no clouds that day, and so you have to. Oh, look! See the strokes. I hope the cameras can pick up this movements there. See, pick that up. Show them. That's ever nice. See, and this will make you happy. It will sell, and it has a good meaning. It will hang in homes forever, and people will enjoy it because you paint it with so much ease. You paint it with so much happiness, and that happiness is in the almighty canvas, and people will always laugh. The husband comes home from work, he got a cigar. No, don't smoke. Don't smoke. I had to give it up too. But anyway, whatever he does, he comes home, sits down, and watches that painting, and he feels relaxed, and he feels good. So we go on here and here, always with the sunny side. Where the sun, we already pointed out that I usually put the light from, that's my habit. It's a certain habit we all invent. I can put the sun from the other side too, there's no problem. But it makes it easier for me. I'm right-handed, and bang, 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 that way is good. But then I have no problem to do it from the other side either. There's nothing wrong with that. Here, a little bit of this kind of a mood there. Oh, isn't that fantastic? Now we will use a bit of blue and white. Happy blue and white. There, look at that. You make it so this is a nice, happy blue. And we put that happy blue, let's see, maybe like this. Like snow patches up there. Ah, that is ever nice. That is ever nice. And a bit of darker blue on the inside here. And strokes like this. See? Like this. And like this. And like this. And let the knife do the trick. There becomes a really icy Alaska feelings with blues and pinks and all those beautiful colors. Funny, all of a sudden you get the melody coming up. Some kind of a tune pops up, and I can't help humming it and singing it, and with that happy tune, you create a happy whatever. Now I will fire in a bit of white, real white. This white alone, look at that. Just take it off like this, and maybe here's a little bit of that. Here's a little bit of that. See? Like snow, really snow. Here's a little bit of that. That becomes a colorful, powerful painting. And you see, and you set yourself up for that. Here's like a glacier coming down there into the valley, down in the valley so low, ho 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 ho, ho 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 ho, ho 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 ho. You hear the echo from mountain to mountain, and you have that almighty feeling. That almighty feeling is grabbing you, and it twists you. And, oh God, what a life. What a life, what a life. You know, that's, to me, that is more than religion. That is something what really is forever and ever. Now I will put kind of a bottom colors in, like this very little grout there. See, I just grab that mountain color here, and you just something like this. Down in the valley so low. Here, look at that. And leave the openings. Let it just all be very loose. Think about that north, that almighty north, king salmon. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Wonderful, 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 wonderful. And now you come up from here. I will use a knife there. So we will, we will give him a kind of a Indian yellow, white, and I mix myself a nice sunny color, like this. It's too bright. Maybe a bit thinner white into that now. A thinner white will stick on a thicker white. That's beautiful. It has so much in my knife, and I create kind of a shoreline there. See, something like this. No, I don't mind to put lots of paint on because I don't have to paint on top of that too much anymore. And when I paint on top of that, I just thin my paint down. Don't forget, a thinner paint will always stick on a thicker paint. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. And you see the power of that painting, because I put that power in. I conditioned myself. I think there's something you have to really realize. I have to bring it out on my own. It's a dream I put on here. Hey, look at that. Wow. Very powerful. Now I can use the see, you can use the snow patches in here too. Here as a sample you can have a little bit of a snow patch line there a little bit. See, blue and white. That makes it nice. Blue and white here a little bit, and there a little bit, and there, you see? And all of a sudden, look at that. Isn't that nice to dream a day by with so much fun? And on top of that, you get paid. Isn't that nice? Look at that. It becomes a beautiful, beautiful painting. Now I just create the front. Maybe here is just stone, and in order to balance that painting a little bit, they just put some stony stuff in there, and a rhyme, rhythm, harmony, and you got a beautiful painting, and it has made me very, very happy to do that. See, and happiness brings happiness. See, balance is nice now. That looks like the end of the thing. But here again, you just can play with a little bit of, I still have that white and blue here. You still can make, watch. Set it off like that. Isn't that something? Bit more blue here, and here and there, and everywhere. And here and there, and everywhere. God, it's wonderful to be alive with this kind of a wonderful technique. That means, with other words, everything I can do, I show you, and you can do too. When I'm not here anymore, I will watch from far away and see how wonderful you create. I will be very proud to say I see it right now on our mail. People are really happy. They create wonderful things. and I'm glad they catch on to that almighty technique. Especially you younger people, you don't have to go on drugs. It drugs me up all the time. Every time I paint, I get such a powerful feeling that I think a drug never can replace that. There you are. Now we come to a happy, happy ending. I will use a big brush, and I straighten this out a little bit. See a bit of straight lines. There. Here too. See? And now we just make a couple easy step back and admire your own work and say, what can you do more? Maybe here a little bit and here a little, maybe here, come off the hill a little bit, there. That gives me a little bit of an extra there, you see. And I think that's all it needs. And it does a wonderful job. See? No. With other words, everything I can do, you can do better. Everything I can do, you can do too. I shout you that. I bet you are excited. Fire in and make it happen. And I thank you for watching me. Bye-bye.